morning, students. In this class, we will discuss about stability. So, stability is the ability, or we can say that it is that attribute of our system. It is that attribute of our system which enable to gain restoring force against disturbance means it is the attribute of our system which gains restoring force against disturbance in the power system, so that for power system remains in equilibrium. Means our system remains stable, or our system remains stable. Now the next term is stability limit. How we can check the stability limit? Stability limit, it is the ability of power system due to which it can transfer maximum power to the load without losing its equilibrium state. So we can say that stability limit means it is the ability of power system. It is the ability of power system due to which it can transfer maximum power. Maximum power to the load without losing its stability. So stability limit means it is the ability of system due to which it can transfer maximum power to the load without losing its stability during disturbance. Next is, there are three types of stabilities. There are three states of stability. There are three steps of stability. Some state. One is steady state stability, steady state stability. Second is transient state stability, transient state stability. And third is dynamic stability. Dynamic stability. So there are three states of stability conditions. There are three steps of stability conditions. One is steady state stability, second is transient state stability, and third is dynamic state stability. Now we discuss about one by one. So first we take steady state stability. Steady state stability. Steady state stability. Steady stability means if there are small disturbance in our power system and our system is able to regain its stability, then this type of stability is known as steady state stability. It means due to small disturbance, if our system gets, if our system is, or if our system gets its stability, or we can say that, our system remains in equilibrium state, then it is known as steady state stability. Steady state stability. Small disturbance may be due to small variation in load. Now for steady state stability, we use governing systems. We use turbine governing system, governor system. We use turbine governor system and excitation control. To regain steady state stability. Automatic voltage regulators, etc. Now next is transient state stability. Second is transient state stability. Transient state stability. Transient state stability. Transient state means sudden change. We can see that the maximum power which can be transferred to the system without losing its equilibrium state, without losing its stability under sudden change. Under sudden change in load, switching, faults, etc. So transient state stability means the maximum power which can be transferred through the system without losing its stability when there are sudden changes in the load such as switching and faults, etc. So we can say that our system is stable. Now next is dynamic stability. Dynamic stability Third is dynamic stability. Dynamic stability means the maximum power which can be transferred. The maximum power which can be transferred to the system during power swing. Without losing its stability. Without losing its equilibrium state. Is known as dynamic stability. It is known as dynamic stability. Now to understand these stabilities limits, first of all we discuss about power flow. First we discuss about power flow equation. Power flow equation. Power flow equation. Suppose there is an alternator which is transfer power to the load. This is generator. Voltage is Vs by angle delta, and receiving end voltage is Vr by angle 0 2. And transmission line parameters are ABCD parameters. Now equation Vs is equal to AVR plus VIR, and IS is equal to CVR plus DIR. Using ABCD constant, in terms of ABCD constant, voltage, sending end voltage is equal to AVR plus VIR, and IS is equal to CVR plus DIR. Where ABCD parameters are defined as A is equal to mod of A by angle alpha, B is mod of B by angle beta, and B is mod of D by angle delta. Now from equation first, IR is equal to Vs minus AVR divided by B, or we can write Vs upon beta minus AVR upon beta. So IR is equal to Vs by angle delta divided by beta by angle beta minus A by angle alpha, Vr by angle 0 degree, and B by angle beta. Next we solve this equation. It becomes Vs by angle delta minus beta divided by B minus A upon B by angle alpha minus beta. This is IR, receiving end current. Now the sending end current IR conjugate. Next we write here IR conjugate equal to Vs upon beta by angle beta minus delta minus A upon B by angle beta minus alpha. So power P is equal to Vs into IR, Vr into IR conjugate. So we can write Vs Vr divided by beta by angle beta minus delta minus A upon B, and this is Vr and Vr. So we can write Vr square by angle beta minus alpha. S is equal to power S is equal to Vs Vr upon beta by angle beta minus delta minus A upon B Vr square by angle beta minus alpha. Now from these equations we can separate real and imaginary part. When we separate real and imaginary part from this equation, we get PR active power P equal to Vs Vr upon beta cos beta minus delta minus A upon B Vr square cos beta minus alpha. Similarly, reactive power Qr equal to Vs Vr upon beta sin beta minus del minus A upon B Vr square sin beta minus alpha. So reactive power will be maximum when beta is equal to delta. When beta is equal to delta, or active power at receiving end will be maximum. Next, if line is lossless, line is lossless means A is equal to B is equal to 1, A is equal to B is equal to 1, A is equal to B is equal to 1, and B is equal to X. Reactance by angle 90 degree. Now we can put this value and C is equal to 0 and C is 0. Now we can say that alpha is equal to delta, beta is equal to delta, beta is equal to delta. So P is equal to Vs Vr upon X sin delta, because cos 90 minus delta is equal to sin delta. So this is the power flow equation. Power flow equation. This is the power flow equation. So thank you for today class, dear students.